Okay, so it is raining outside today. See, it's all wet. And it's supposed to rain all day today. We're supposed to get the remnants from the hurricane that come up the East Coast. So there's really no mowing today. I did have to get hydro filters to flush the hydro system out on the Great Dane, since I've been using that a lot lately, as you guys know, because my back is still screwed up. So anyway, I can't go pick those up till like 10 or 10:30, I believe it was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the bag extension for the accelerator grass catcher. This will work on any grass catcher, steel, the regular steel, the grass gobblers, the whatever. This will work on any of them. If you guys go back in my earlier videos, you will see that I had made this before, and it works really well. It works phenomenal. And as I've mentioned, I'm going to be using the Great Dane for fall cleanups this year. The reason being is that a lot of times I don't need to bag everything, and I can just mulch stuff up. There's not a whole lot of it. And when I use the walker, the MT with the GHS, the bagging system on it, I can leave the back door open, but it just shoots it out, and it just kind of throws clumps out because, let's face it, when you're doing leaves, 90% of the time they're wet, they're chunky. It's not like you're blowing, if you're just blowing dry stuff out the back with the door open on the walker, it's fine, it disperses pretty well. Wet stuff, not so much. And I don't want to use the walker as much this year, even though it does phenomenal for bagging leaves. It beats the hell out of the mower. It just trashes the mower, and the Great Dane I really don't care about. So so I have the 6.2 accelerator for the Great Dane, which is the largest accelerator you can get. I could order the extension. It's another $250, but why? The extension doesn't hold that much anyway. It's like it looks like a small box that's attached on the back. It doesn't do a hell of a lot. And I'm going to show you exactly why. Like I said, you go back in my older videos, you can find this. And they do make these. They're called like the giant leaf bag, or the big green bag, or the big green leaf bag, or as you guys know, I've used in the past, the Terra King bags. And the Terra King bags are right around 70, 80 bucks a piece. They're worth every penny. I've had many of them over the years. I still have a couple. I'm giving them to Ryan to use off the back of the bagging system on the Tiger Cat. If you guys don't know what I mean there, go back through my videos again. You will see that as well. I'm not gonna tag a bunch of videos in this for you guys to refer back to. If you're too lazy to look for them, then that's on you. I guess you're just not gonna get the information you want. So go back and look for them. All the videos are there. You'll see them, and you'll see the Terra King bags. But the Terra King bags are more for the full bagging system off the back of a mower. They will work for this too. I've used it, but what I'm about to do is 10 times cheaper and works much, much better. The big green leaf bags, by the way, I think those were like almost 200 bucks a bag. Watch this. This is what you will need. You can go bigger. I don't. I use a certain size, and I will show you why. I'll show you why I use this size in a little bit. But 5 foot by 7 foot, well, it's 5.5 by 7.5 if you want to be technical. Heavy duty tarp, okay? You can use the thinner tarps. They will rip on you. If you decide to cheap out even more, then I don't want to hear it. Don't come back to me and say, that thing sucked, it ripped. But I use these. I drag them over concrete. I drag them over stones. I drag them over stumps, and I've never had a problem. I mean, by the end of the season, you'll get a few holes in it. Throw it away if you want. This entire thing, this is all you need to make this. Technically, you don't even need that. This is what you need. This right here, $12. Okay, $12. These are like $1.99 or $2.99, something like that. And this was like $6.99, $7.99, I don't know. So, like, you know, with tax and everything, $11, $12 for this whole thing. And this was like another $5 or $6. And you only need like one of these. I think maybe two of these. They're just bungee cords with the clips in there. And then you know, put them through the hole. And then I take a pair of channel locks and I squeeze it down to clamp it tight so the hooks don't fall off. But you can use any bungee cord. Some people have made these using pieces of rope. And that's how I made my original ones years ago. Big pain in the butt, doesn't work so well. Bungee's the best way to go, fastest, easiest. So I cleared out a spot in my living room. My living room looks kind of trashed right now, but I need a spot to make this. My garage is packed full. I can't make it outside, and it's pouring rain, so I'm not going to sit out there and get soaked. So we're going to do this right in the house, and I will show you guys exactly. Oh, there's the garbage man. Picking up the garbage. Them poor sons of guns out there getting soaked today. Not a job that I would want. But anyway, so we're going to make it right here across this floor, and hopefully Mr. Sosa stays out of the way. That's how my dog lays all the time. You know, I don't know why he lays like that. It's not like he enjoys having his nuts on the floor, because he doesn't even have any. Poor fella, they're chopped off. Oh, I'm throwing your business out there, Sosa. I'm sorry, buddy. Anyway, so hopefully he stays out of our way. He probably will not, but we're going to make this either way, and I'm going to show you guys. So as far as tools go, the only tools you need is a pair of snips and a razor blade. And that's all I ever used to make these. So who doesn't have that? You can get those anywhere, and like I said, a few bucks. Let's get this thing made. All right, so you'll get a much better view here in a minute. I realize the camera is not in the best place, but you will see exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it up close. You know, essentially, obviously, I just folded this this tarp in half. The length, it's 5.5 by 7.5, like I told you. So you obviously want the length of it to be the longest. But I'm pretty much, I'm a seamstress over here, man. I mean, I'm just taking the razor knife, I'm cutting tiny little slits in it, and I'm stitching it together with zip ties. I'm going every 3 to 4 inches. I try to keep it closer to 3. A lot of the concern that you may have, and I had it first when I made my first one years back, was, isn't a bunch of leaves going to blow out there? And the answer is no, they really don't. You'll get a few little pieces that are going to blow out those gaps, and that is, you know, it's already been through the deck and it's been mulched up, so the pieces that come out are real tiny, fine. You really don't see them in the lawn, but you know, even if you do, you can just run back over and pick them up. And after using it a few times, you get crud that builds up in there, and it stops that anyway. But you want a little bit of a gap there. And you can see right there to the left, right over that eyelet, that there's a bigger gap, and I'll go back later and close that gap up. But you need a little bit of gap because you need air to pass through here. Unfortunately, all the eyelets don't match up on these once you fold the tarp over, and there's not enough of them anyway, so you have to do it this way. But you want a little bit of air to pass through. I did try making one years ago that was just out of that black mesh type stuff, which is what I use on the bed of my dump truck that goes over top of anything I'm hauling. But too much air passes through, and it does not allow the bag to puff up once you turn the blades on. And it allowed leaves in, but it didn't work that well at all. There's actually a video online of a guy that made one like that, and he uses it on a right stander. You can see him mowing the yard. It's pretty much the same idea, same concept, and that is you can see how the bag lays flat, whereas when I do it, the bag, with my style, the bag puffs right up. So, and that's, you still need to let a little bit of air out though, otherwise it'll constantly be trying to blow the bag off of the grass catcher, even though you have it bungeed on. But you guys will see, today I'm just showing you how I make this thing, and there will definitely be videos in the future. Obviously, this whole leaf season coming up of me using it, you guys will see it in action. I will show in detail exactly how I mount it to the grass catcher. You know, I'm sure if you just think about it for a second, you can easily figure out how I do it. And I kind of explain a little bit, but I will show it to you as soon as I'm able to. Now, this corner here, I don't know why I've done it on all of them. I take that corner and I fold it over and then zip tie it. I don't know why I do that, but I just do. So, and then they just go back through and you snip them all off, and that's it. It doesn't take long to do. It's extremely effective, and this thing will work like you wouldn't believe. I mean, it seems too easy to work the way that I'm telling you it does, but go ahead and make one. Spend the $12-15 and you'll see, you'll be blown away. You'll think, why the hell didn't I just do that before? But that's all there is to it, guys. Okay, so that's that. It took me about 15 minutes to make. I used exactly 40 zip ties. And the reason why, like I said, you can go bigger if you want to, but the bigger you go, the more of an obstacle. So go lay down, buddy. the more of an obstacle it becomes dragging around. I always leave the side with the zip tie facing out, so the mower will be on this side. The reason I said I don't go bigger, one, because of that obstacle, and two, this becomes way too big. Now this fits over top of the mouth of the grass catcher without a lot of slack. When I made one of these before, I had a lot of slack, so when I pull it over top, I'd have to fold a big chunk of this over, and it let a lot of debris fly out of here where it attaches to the grass catcher. So the next one I made, I'd gone smaller, and I eliminated most of that problem. Now what I do with those bungees, I pull this over top of the grass catcher, and I stick a bungee through one end of this. I usually clamp it on there so it stays and it's permanently on there. I never have to go look for it when I want to use this. And what I do is, there's always handles on top of grass catchers. Some of them are different styles, but in general you can find something to hook it to. I have it through there, and then once this is over top of the grass catcher, I just pull the bungee tight and hook to whatever, so that this doesn't pull off once it gets filled up with the weight of the leaves, because the leaves get pretty heavy, and it holds it in place so it doesn't pull off there. And as soon as you engage the blades, this whole bag will puff right up, and then it goes, all the leaves go through your grass catcher and into the bagger. Now of course you're going to get some grass when you do that. Obviously you're cutting grass, a little bit of grass while you're doing the leaves, but I've never tried to actually use this for bagging grass. I wouldn't say that it would hold up too well, because grass is going to be a lot heavier than leaves. The reason I left a little gap there is so air can go through, which I've already explained by this point in the video, I'm sure. But that's that. And now I just take it, and it just, you know, I'm throwing it down there because I'm doing this one-handed, but it folds right up just like a regular tarp, and it goes in your trailer, in your toolbox on your trailer, in your toolbox on your truck. You can fold it up and stick it behind the seat of your truck, and that's that. And that's all there is to it.